Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to this very wet and rainy day here on the Estancia Lapacho farm here in Farming Simulator 19. It's raining still. It's been raining since Christmas Day actually, and it is now, for those of you who are keeping track, December the 27th for me in real life. I took Boxing Day off. I didn't play the game at all on Boxing Day, didn't record anything. So it's December the 27th and it's still raining. Very frustrating. Because I do believe we are at Harvest Day. Which sadly means we're not going to be able to harvest while it's raining. At least, I don't think you can. You never used to be able to. Where's my harvester? So that's kind of slowing me down now, effectively. We're going to need a corn header anyway. But like I say, I don't think it'll let me harvest in the rain. We have foliage. It will probably give me an error message in a second saying you're not allowed to harvest in the rain. What's wrong with my horses? We're all a bit staticky there for a second. Do not harvest during the rain or hail. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a blow. How are we doing anyway, horses? Horses. You're getting wet. All of my horses, don't kick me. Don't stand behind a horse like that, ever. One kick is all it can take. And I've played Red Dead Redemption 2. I've seen many people get kicked in the head by their own horse. Hello, horses, nays. So let's have a look then. We're not going to be able to do much. And well, for some reason, my Fendt Vario has got a red exclamation mark next to its pricing. I don't know why that is. We've got no load. We've got 170 chickens. It might be time to sell a few of them. They're getting a bit. Horses are nearly ready for sale. Nearly at the point. I mean, at the moment they're worth £42,576 a piece, or all 10 of them are worth £425,760. See, I can math. I'm going to sell some chickens. We can't transport them, unfortunately, because Giants didn't think about the fact that people might want to transport chickens. So we're going to have to, unfortunately, take the hit. So we've got 70 chickens, so I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 chickens. You lose $420. We make 280 quid. I've still got a few chickens spare. Didn't quite sell as many as I wanted to. Misclick, misplay, and all that. Right, we need to prepare then for when it does eventually stop raining. You know what? I'm going to drive this bad boy down to the shop because I'm going to sell it and get rid of it because we've got the new truck, which is better than this one. So, and then I'm going to pick up my new. I'm going to have to, because obviously we've planted Sugar Beet. And Sugar Beet is getting close to harvest. That's the guy in the lovely little people carrier. So the rain does definitely not remain only on the plane. As I say, it's been raining for a couple of days now. I've got that field sorted out, by the way. People may notice, and it's bigger than it was in the previous video. It's bigger. I got rid of some more trees and stuff on Christmas Day because I was bored on Christmas Day because I didn't get a lot of presents in real life. In fact, I got better presents in this game than I did in real life. Goodbye, pickup. Right, we sold that for 23 grand. Perfection. I am perfection. Right. Is it in this one? I think it is. We'll take that then. 495 grand. Ouch. And then we want a header for it, don't we? That one. For sugar beets. Can do potatoes as well with it. Oh, that's another thing to check while I'm here. There's been an update today for the Brooks thing. Yeah, so before we had separate Brooks and Stump Grinder. Looks like we still have. No, we've got new ones. I don't know what's going on with this mod. There seems to be like 2 people working on it. That's from a different modder, obviously. That's actually by Big Daddy. So I think somebody converted his original mod for FS17, and now he's converted their mod back. We've got an auto-loading wood trailer, which is nice. That's something I wish we'd had a few episodes back. It's a little bit cheaper. They always do, though. Everybody who makes mods always makes them cheaper than Giant's vanilla vehicles and stuff. I guess people don't agree with the pricing that Giant's set. Getting to that header's going to be interesting. I may possibly have to drive through their shop. And go back through. I'm sorry to have to do this to you people, but you know, you're the ones who keep leaving stuff in stupid places when I'm trying to pick up my new purchases. Camera collision is a pain in the bum. Right, we've picked up our Homer, our brand new header. Not to be confused with Homer Simpson. So yes, we have got a field full of canola, look. Ooh, it's growing nice. I could have took some more trees down if I wanted, but I chose not to. Is there a spot in the middle of this field where there is nothing grown? A shadow from something. How odd. And let me guess, pal, buddy, you're not going to want to harvest either in the rain. So it's not like I could be doing my sugar beet harvest while I'm waiting for the rest of the weather to improve. I don't know when the weather's going to pick up, but it's definitely got wetter. It's got significantly wetter. And I guess on this map we have to contend with this rain. I didn't think we did, but could be worse. If it was playing on Fellsbrunn or something, it'd probably be snowing, which I know would be apt for the time of year and everything, but I'm not a big fan of the white stuff, the cold white stuff, you know. Unfolded our harvester. Tired. God, just learn to chill out. Okay, we folded that. We didn't want to. We wanted to unfold it. Wait a minute. It will let us. It will actually let us do sugar beet harvesting in the rain. Well, isn't that something? I didn't know you could. Who knew? But why can't you harvest the other crops in the rain then? What we'll do is we'll go down the far end. We'll keep the pipe on the outside. That way then, when I need to unload it with a tractor and trailer, I don't have to keep reversing out of the crop. Because this is going to be fairly slow progress anyway. Bit of in cabbage for the lot of you that prefer in cabbage stuff. Not that I do a lot of in cabbage. Bouncing around. Oh, I've missed crop now, look, because of that. Because I was in cabbage. Missed crop. I think this sells at the sugar factory. Right, time to put on a headland. Look at that. Turning circle of a flipping goldfish. $24,000 litres. Fills up quite quick too, sadly. Drive all the way up to the top of the field, turn around, come back down. First root crop harvesting. A rainy day. Okay, screenshot that. So yeah, I may end up just working this one field then. We're not going to be able to do anything to the other ones until it stops raining, so we might just end up harvesting this field and then we'll be turning around and getting this one reploughed, replanted. All soon, best get a trailer ready. I love how you can move that pipe, as they call it, the conveyor system. Jibbity 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 jee. That way. We're full. Right, need a trailer. And you will do today. Drive down here, pick up our trailer. Go and empty our harvester. Got it. Drive along here. Emptying my sugar beet. There's a Lisa's in them guns. And we've done hardly any of this field. Needs ploughing, needs line. Okay. Well, our first root crop harvest is underway. Get potatoes planted next. That'll be the next one. And we'll see how we fare then with all of them. I'd have to just buy the extra header. That's the only thing. We've got to buy the potato header, but we can use the same harvester. Absolutely fantastic. So no need to own separate machines. Just change the header. And as long as we alternate the crop, never need to worry too much. Okay. Field 1's probably the ideal size. I wouldn't necessarily want to plant root crops on a bigger field than this, because, well, frankly, it would take forever to harvest. It's going to take long enough to harvest this one. Like when I do cotton as well, I'll probably plant cotton on this field. This field only. Because it will take forever else to harvest. And I won't get the massive yield. Then we won't get as much cotton off the field. But it's not too much of a loss because they have increased the price of cotton in the last patch. You don't need to harvest as much now. Make money. Tractor's going to be in the way. I have to move him. 10 past 10 and all is well. On our very wet harvest day. And I am aware that I'm being a bit more quiet today with my commentary. I'm not talking quite as much. Don't know why that is. Run out of stuff to say, I think. Left a bit speechless today. Also, the fact that I'm still not, I might end up time-lapsey speeding up bits. Time-lapsey speeding up some of this harvesting. It is taking a long time. The shame that they don't do a better job rendering and texturing the crop in the machine rather than this very dodgy looking texture files. That's about the only thing I would say is a bit of a disappointment with the game. Like this and potatoes and that looks a bit naff in the machine. When you're doing your harvesting, crop looks a bit naff in the back because of the textures of the crops and the way that they are. They're not 3D. Each little bit isn't like 3D. And separate 3D model. Right, we're going to go and unload this. So we'll be up to 120,000 litres in the trailer, near enough, give or take a few hundred. Didn't quite get full. And off we go. Ready to do harvest number. So at least we can harvest root crops when it's raining. So rainy season, switch to root crops. If seasons were an actual thing in this game, which they're not yet, because obviously that was a mod for Farming Sim 17, a mod which I never actually used. Never actually played any game in FS17, console or PC, with the Seasons mod. I didn't kind of... I understood what the mod was doing. I understood what the purpose of the mod was for. Don't get me wrong. Great mod, great idea, great addition to the game. However, for me, this is a game. There's a point where I draw the line at too much realism, and it stops being, the game stops being fun then, and actually becomes a chore. And I think that's what Seasons Mod did. It made the game a chore, because obviously, like True to Life, there was only certain times in the game you could plant crops, only certain times you could harvest crops. And to me, anything that stops a player doing anything in a game is a game. Bad. Make sure I'm not reversing into field 8. Didn't bother to check on that. I was destroying and destructing my crops. I have to go and do a trailer unload in a minute, because this next load will definitely fill it. I think just about another 30,000 litres capacity. Oh, I've missed some crop. Oh, dreadful. Absolutely penny dreadful. Probably get that crop that I missed that little bit when I do the next edge down that right hand side. Bits. This is definitely the best, I think the best way to harvest these fields is just drive in one direction and keep doing edges. The way the worker turns around at the end of a row and goes back down the opposite way, it's a bit of a faff about. Plus it means that, you know, 50% of the time the pipe for unloading this is on the wrong side. It's in the crop, which you don't want it to be. Because even though these are root crops and they're below the ground, and you're only just removing the green stuff on the top, so you can then harvest the crop under the ground. If you drive over it with a tractor, it destroys it, even though the crop is below the ground, so it shouldn't be affected by a vehicle driving over the top of it. Go. I must admit, I'm quite late starting today with doing my recording. It is definitely, it's already afternoon here. It's just gone 1 o'clock in the afternoon on December the 27th. I didn't get up till after 12, midday. That's because I spent Boxing Day night in the early hours of this morning watching a load of movies. On the computer. I watched Uncle Buck, and then I watched Lethal Weapon, and I watched Die Hard 1 and 2. You know, Christmas classics. Probably gonna get full. Just do this last bit along here, then we'll have to go and empty again. Gosh, perfect. Right, we will need take and deliver this crop. Won't we? That's unloading. Let's check the pricing. It is Sugar Beet. Right, it could go to the bakery, it could go to the harbour. The sugar mill is actually offering the worst price for it. So, guess what? We're probably taking this to the harbour. What I am going to quickly do is drive this over the grain silo to see if it lets me store it in the silo. Or whether or not I need to do the large silo extension trick to enable storage of root crops. Yeah, so that's not giving me the prompt. But I would need to put down a large silo extension somewhere to enable that. Enable that glitch. Right, so we're going to take this load to the harbour. That's what we're going to do. Get rid of it. Not the most expensive of crops. Things getting a bit squirrely again. Gonna have to use the cruise control. This trailer slides around like anything. Once you've got crop loaded in it, and you'd think it would do the opposite, wouldn't you? So 150,000 litres of sugar beet about to be unloaded at the harbour. What's that going to net me money-wise? Oh, look. $56 grand. So we're going to need about 10 harvest loads to actually pay for the harvester and the header before we make any kind of profit from doing root crops. Interesting. Overtake them on a bend on the outside. Very dangerous. Yep. This way. On our harvester. Load him completely this time. Let him go about his business. Off this time. Needs ploughing, needs lime. Start the fans, please. Right, not got much left to harvest on here, thankfully. Might be easier to work up and down now. Cut out that little bit of shunting across the top and bottom. Wow, I'm going to be able to do this in one strip. Perfect. Right, we'll get the bit we missed over here. The edge. That'll be our first sugar beet harvest done. Still raining, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to lime spread now, plough this field and cultivate it, stroke seed it, fertilise it, etc, 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 to get it back into production. Get it filled. Hold the header up. Bring the pipe in. Hold it up completely. Nice bit of machinery, to be fair. Very good bit of machinery. Just realised, haven't really thought about where I was going to place it in my vehicle shed. Probably have to drive it through here. Right. Another load of crop. What we'll do, we'll take you this time. Never been to the sugar mill, never visited it, so let's go and have a drive around and see what it's like and sell it this 21,000 litres of crop. Let it know that we're in the sugar making business now. Maybe see if we can't persuade it to give us a better deal in future. Okay. Let it know that we're serious about being sugar producers. With the exception of sugar cane, which, as I mentioned in the previous video, I will not be farming because it is an absolute nightmare. With the vehicles and equipment in the game, it is a nightmare to harvest. So frustrating. Is it going to rain all the time now on this map? Is it ever going to get sunny again? No, don't need to harvest some crops soon. Yeah, just saying. I'd like to get harvest day done. Make some money again. Get us back over. We'll be well over 1 million after the next harvest. Well over 1 million. We'll be on our way to 10 million, and then especially once we've sold the horses too. That's nearly, you know, that'll be nearly 500 grand in the bank for the horses. I think I'm supposed to go down here, aren't I? Yeah. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't looking for the green beacon. Been this way in the game. Loading point. Yeah. I just tip it here, do I? Okay. Some new one. $19,949. Like I say, for some reason, this being the sugar mill, you'd think it'd pay more for sugar. It doesn't. Take this, put it back, and we'll get the lime spreader going. Might as well let the rain wash the lime into the field, into the soil, and we can get it ploughed, ready for our next planting, which will be potatoes. Here, down here, won't leave the tractor here because we probably are going to need this. We'll probably do the lime spreading with this, actually. Do I have plenty of lime? I think I've refilled it after I last used it. I did. Spread it down. Dive into the crops. Right, we'll leave him to it. We want a big bud. 450 will do. He's the one nearest to the plough anyway. Just out of curiosity, probably can't pick that up. That one. Oh, you can. Suddenly, we have another option for ploughing the little field. We can use this device, which I've not used for an absolute age. Please don't drive all over field 2. Mr. Fertiliser Man. Mr. Lime Spreader. I get quite a lot closer to the edge with this. Not as big. Previous. Yes. Perfect timing. I can stop him then down here. Should be done anyway. Yes. Good. I remember what crops I'm growing. Nothing that should require us to plough. Or lime after the harvest, so probably won't need this again for a little while. Park you in here this time. I'm gonna need you for a few minutes. That chicken's making that little bit of a mess. We sold a few today. I'm going to sell 38 chickens. Or 28 chickens. Probably 28, wasn't it? I wonder if with the little plough like this, he'll do a better job. He'll go all the way to the edges. Like it. Because this is usually the field they have a little bit of a problem on, or a problem with. Look like he's having too much difficulty today. Manipulating this little plough. Right, well, as he's going to be doing this for quite a while, and the weather doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon, I'm going to say thank you all for watching this episode, and I will endeavour to see you all again very soon. So please remember to leave your likes and comments on the video. Feel free to share this video wherever you see fit, and if you're not already doing so, remember to smash that subscribe button. For now, from me, goodbye.